Have you ever truly wondered what happens when you leave? The door clicks shut, your footsteps fade. For your dog, a small universe has just tilted on its axis. It's not just about being alone. It's about your specific, irreplaceable absence. They don't glance at a clock wondering if you're stuck in traffic. Their understanding of your departure is far more elemental, more deeply felt. It's a question mark shaped like you, lingering in the air they breathe. Imagine their world for a moment. Your scent, a complex perfume of you, is fading. The familiar rhythm of your movements is gone. The house is suddenly too quiet or perhaps too loud with sounds you normally mask. They might pace, a furry detective searching for clues. They might settle by the door, a loyal sentinel awaiting your return. This isn't mere boredom. This is a state of active anticipation, a gentle vigilance. They are holding space for you in their minds and in their hearts. Consider the items you leave behind: a discarded sock, an old shoe. To your dog, they are potent repositories of your essence. To understand your dog, you must first try to imagine a world not seen but smelled. We humans are visual creatures primarily. We navigate by sight, trust what we see. Your dog, however, walks through a landscape of aromas. Their nose is a marvel, millions upon millions of scent receptors more sensitive than our own. Think of it like this. You might see a park. Your dog smells the history of every creature that passed through, the mood of the person who sat on that bench hours ago, the promise of a distant squirrel. This incredible sense of smell means they know you differently. They don't just recognize your face, they recognize your unique scent signature, a personal perfume that tells them everything. They can smell your mood, your health, even where you've been. That casual sniff they give you when you walk in the door, it's them reading your daily diary. Their hearing, too, is tuned differently. They can pick up frequencies far beyond our range. They are living in a more vibrant and sometimes more alarming sensory world than we can easily imagine. So, if they live in this scent-rich, motion-sensitive world, how do we fit in? It's tempting to think they see us as big, clumsy, oddly shaped dogs. After all, we provide food, we play, we form a pack of sorts, but the evidence suggests it's more complicated, and frankly more awe-inspiring than that. They don't treat us like other dogs. Think about it. Do they greet you with the same elaborate butt-sniffing ritual they reserve for their canine pals? Probably not. They recognize our faces, a skill once thought unique to primates. Studies have shown that dogs process human faces in a specific region of their brain, similar to how humans do. They watch our eyes, seeking cues, trying to understand our intentions. This isn't typical dog-to-dog behavior. It suggests they've adapted, specialized in reading us. They're peculiar two-legged companions. They are experts in human watching, dedicated students of our expressions and gestures. They are accommodating our humanness, a remarkable feat of interspecies diplomacy. We are something else, something central to their existence. Your dog is an emotional sponge. They don't need words to know how you're feeling. They sense the subtle shifts in your posture, the almost imperceptible change in your breathing rate, the faint alteration in your scent when you're stressed or happy. We broadcast our emotions constantly, often without realizing it, and our dogs are exquisitely tuned receivers. That comforting head on your lap when you're down? That's not a coincidence. That's your dog responding to your silent emotional signals. Scientific studies have shown that dogs can distinguish between happy and angry human facial expressions and vocal tones. They are not just reacting to superficial cues, they are genuinely picking up on our emotional states. They are our furry confidants, our silent therapists, listening not with their ears but with their entire being. Loyalty. It's a word we readily associate with dogs, and for good reason. Their devotion can be breathtaking. Stories abound of dogs waiting for years for a departed owner, or risking their lives to protect their human family. This isn't just learned behavior, it seems to be an intrinsic part of who they are. This profound loyalty stems from their evolutionary history as pack animals, where cooperation and allegiance were essential for survival. We, their humans, have become their modern-day pack leaders, their ultimate focus of devotion. When you welcome a dog into your life, you are, in essence, forming a pack of two or more. You become the center of their universe. Their desire to please you, to be near you, to protect you is a powerful driving force. This isn't a calculated transaction for food and shelter. It's a deep-seated emotional commitment. They don't have ulterior motives or hidden agendas. Their love is straightforward, their loyalty unwavering. It's a pure form of devotion that we humans often find ourselves marveling at. They have chosen you, and their commitment is total. This loyalty is not something to be taken lightly. For years, the idea of animal empathy was often dismissed as anthropomorphism, us projecting our human feelings onto them. But science is increasingly catching up to what dog owners have known all along. Dogs possess a remarkable capacity for empathy. Brain imaging studies, for example, have shown that dogs' brains react similarly to ours when they hear emotional sounds, whether it's a human crying or another dog whining. This suggests a shared neural basis for processing and responding to emotional cues. Researchers have also observed emotional contagion in dogs. This is when they catch an emotion from someone else. If you yawn, your dog might yawn too, not just because they're tired, but as a subtle form of empathetic mirroring. If you are visibly distressed, your dog is more likely to approach you in a submissive, comforting way. They aren't just reacting to your behavior, they seem to be genuinely affected by your emotional state. Consider the hormone oxytocin, often called the love hormone or bonding hormone. It plays a crucial role in social bonding in both humans and dogs. This mutual hormonal surge reinforces the bond, creating a positive feedback loop of affection and attachment. Beyond emotions, dogs possess an almost uncanny ability to detect subtle changes in human physiology. Their extraordinary sense of smell, which we explored earlier, plays a huge role here. They can detect volatile organic compounds in our breath and bodies, minute chemical signals that can indicate illness long before conventional medical tests might. There are countless anecdotes and increasingly scientific studies backing up dogs' abilities to sniff out certain cancers, changes in blood sugar levels in diabetics, and even the onset of epileptic seizures. Imagine a dog persistently nudging a particular spot on its owner's body, a spot later found to harbor a tumor, or a diabetic alert dog waking its owner in the middle of the night just before a dangerous hypoglycemic event. These are not just happy coincidences. These dogs are trained or sometimes instinctively react to specific scent profiles associated with these medical conditions. They are, in a very real sense, furry, four-legged early warning systems. This isn't magic, it's biology. The chemical changes that occur in our bodies when we are ill or experiencing a medical crisis often release specific odors. While imperceptible to our relatively dull human noses, these scents can be glaringly obvious to a dog. So, if dogs don't see us as other dogs, and not quite as humans in our own self-defined terms, what are we to them? The evidence points to something more profound, perhaps even a little humbling. We are their providers, yes. We are the source of food, water, shelter, and those all-important belly rubs. But it goes beyond a simple transactional relationship. They seem to view us as beings with extraordinary capabilities, almost like benevolent if sometimes baffling deities in their world. Think about it from their perspective. We conjure food seemingly from nowhere. We open impassable doors with a flick of our wrist. We make loud, moving metal boxes obey our will. We can make the sun appear in a dark room with a switch. These are feats of immense power. While they might not understand the mechanics, they certainly observe the results. This could easily lead them to place us on a unique pedestal. Ultimately, the way your dog sees you is a beautiful, complex tapestry woven from scent, observation, emotion, and eons of shared history. They don't need the label human to understand your significance. You are, quite simply, person. You are the sun around which their small, furry planet revolves. This isn't an exaggeration, it's the quiet truth that plays out in millions of homes every single day, in every wagging tail and every soft nudge of a wet nose. The realization that they don't perceive us as we perceive ourselves or even as they perceive other dogs isn't really soul-crushing in a negative way. Instead, it's profoundly moving. It highlights the sheer uniqueness of the bond. They have carved out a special category just for us, one that transcends typical animal relationships. We are their companions, their protectors, their family, their entire world, all wrapped up in one strangely tall, relatively hairless package. It's a love and devotion that doesn't require us to be anything other than who we are to them. This unique perception is a gift. It allows for a relationship of unparalleled honesty and acceptance. Your dog doesn't think you're human. They think you're something far more important, something irreplaceable, something that fills their life with meaning and joy.